And to go deep in the context of the electoral process in Mexico, we contact TeleSUR journalist Jorge Gestoso. Thank you, Gestoso, for joining us today.
What's going on today here at this very moment in Mexico City? The closing of the campaigns. And at this very moment, favorite to win the election on Sunday. We're talking about the candidate of the Morena Party, Claudia Sheinbaum, is having the last act of campaign here in Mexico City, also accompanied by the person who is going to be running for the chief of the state and the city of New York, Mexico City. We're talking also the favorite. The two of them are at this very moment have the closing of their campaigns. A multitude, an assignment of people that are really, really massive. At this very moment, a candidate who is in the third place in the polls, we're talking about Jorge Gestoso, is also having his campaign, but it's going to be a little bit later in the afternoon / evening. And the candidate who is running second in the polls, we're talking about the opposition candidate Xochitl Galvez, is going to have her campaign later in the afternoon, evening in Monterrey. Is a city in the north of Mexico, mostly an industrial city, but it's going to be running in a different time frame. So basically, in terms of news, that is what's going on. And after that, it's going to be 48 hours of what is called reflections of the voters. 98 million people are called to vote on Sunday, and they're going to be electing more than 20,000 electoral people at different levels, on the local levels, and the governor's levels, and also on the presidential level. It's an historical moment, and in this case, what is really very impressive is what all the polls are showing in terms of the difference between the first candidate and the second candidate. We're talking about at least 20 points in favor of the candidate of the current president of the movement we're calling Morena. So it's very, very difficult to think that she's not going to be the winner. Everybody believes that it's absolutely the favorite, and also is the continuation that the people of Mexico are preferring what they have lived in the last 6 years. In the last 6 years, the inequality has dropped, the purchasing power has been increased, the unemployment has diminished, and the people meaning the common Mexican, is living a better life, and therefore that life they believe that is going to be the continuation throughout the successor of the Andrés Manuel López Obrador. On the other hand, what it has been historically, the parties of the right, we're talking, for example, the PRI that has been governing this country for about 70 years, the PAN that is a country of the right, more right than the PRI, and the country, the party that at the moment was the supposed left, the PRD, all of them that has been running the life, the political life of Mexico throughout decades and even more than a century, now they have to get together, the three of them, to put just one candidate, which is Xochitl Galvez, and that candidate is not a factor to make a difference in this campaign, in this part of the life of Mexico, which means that Mexico is living what for many people is a quiet revolution. And that quiet revolution began with Andrés Manuel López Obrador and his party Morena, continuing on Sunday with the election winner. In this case, we're talking Claudia Sheinbaum. So this is what's going on at this very moment, and we're going to be talking with you throughout the coming days with a complete, definitely a complete coverage of the election, and we invite you, all of you guys that are watching TeleSUR, to join us, because most definitely we're going to be on top of everything what's going on in this historical Mexican election. We get back to you now.